Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about a case of a missing child. This case happened in my country in Greece and it shocked us all. I remember that I was 14 years old and I was watching the news every day for new developments in the case. It's a case that traumatized me and also my parents and a lot of parents and families in Greece. In this video too, I'm going to ask some questions at the end. And I'll also read your comments from the case of Christina Kaleka. As always, grab your flashlight and let's investigate this case together. The young student, Alex Mechisvili, age 11, from Georgia, lived with his mother and stepfather in Varia, Greece. He disappeared on Friday, February 3rd, 2006, between 7 to 8 p.m. from the area of Elia in Varia. That's where friends and students saw him for the last time. He finished his basketball practice in the sporting facility in Elia, and his destination was the betting shop of his stepfather. Afterwards, he would go to his art lesson in Cultural Center. Investigations revealed that at that time, Alex was very sad and confused about the behavior of some kids from his school. It was one of the first cases of child bullying in the country. The bullying included 2 Greek brothers, 1 Albanian boy, 1 from northern Epirus, and 1 from Romania. Their ages then were from 11 to 13 years old. These 5 boys later confessed that they killed Alex and disposed his body, but they never told where his body was. After friends and their family told them to lie, these boys testified again and said that the first testimony was false and they had nothing to do with the disappearance of Alex. An investigation was conducted in Germany and Georgia because some policemen believed that Alex might be there. They found the boy's uncle in Germany, his grandmother and his father in Georgia, but it turned out that Alex wasn't there. One final investigation showed where Alex was last seen, and then things started to find the right place. One private tutoring employee revealed that the night that Alex disappeared, saw the young gang of the 5 boys following and bullying Alex. After they called them to testify, all of the boys refused their involvement with Alex's disappearance. But after some days, one of the gang members revealed to a reporter the truth, and that's when the gang finally split up. He moved away from the rest of the members from fear for his life and moved to Athens to start a new one. The boys were called in again and told the truth. The boys said that Alex was not an angel. They said that he was calling them bastards. The same morning in the school, they fought with him, and the night of the disappearance, since they saw he was alone, they followed him. He ran to the town hall and they pushed him down the stairs, causing Alex to hit his head and die. They approached to see if he was breathing, and they discovered that he was dead. In a panic, they moved his body into an abandoned house. The version of the boy from Romania was different. He revealed that Alex wasn't actually dead, but when he hit his head, lost consciousness, and the rest of the gang left him in that abandoned house to die from the winter cold. 2 days later, they moved his body with a cart and dropped him in a nearby river, and from there, their relatives hid or buried his body to God knows where. Shock caused the revelation of one friend of the Greek family. The woman the night when the boys killed Alex heard the young boy shouting, "The boy is dead. Call my grandpa." From information, police found out that the grandfather was called, and it was the one who helped the kids dispose his body, since his own house was very close to where the body was last seen. In the trial, Minors Court of Thessalonica decided to charge them as guilty, and according to the law about minors, they compelled them with revolving measures. In 2011, the grandfather of the two Greek boys, who knew what happened and helped them, was found guilty as charged and sentenced to imprisonment of 4 years and 6 months. The rest of the families of the gang who lied to the police and helped their children to get away with the murder were also convicted in 12 months in prison. Still, nobody knows where the body of the poor child is. Two key witnesses testified to the police and to local authorities that they know exactly where Alex was, but no one believed them. The first witness is Christina Antonopoulou, a young psychologist who was the first one who evaluated the psychological condition of the 5 boy murderers. She insists to this day that these kids never killed Alex and that Alex is in Bulgaria in the hands of horrific people who are selling children. Their plan to take him was from 2004, 2 years prior to his disappearance, she says. This revelation is shocking, and I just hope and pray to God that this wasn't his fate. The woman continues and describes what exactly happened and that she has critical evidence that support her statements. She continues and reveals to the reporter that she knows exactly where this trafficking began, in a clinic in Yanitsa, and that all knew but nobody ever said anything. She also said that they threatened her and harmed her so she wouldn't reveal anything from her statements. One more key witness, who prefers to be anonymous, claims that his wife and his mother-in-law, who came both from Bulgaria with fake IDs, took him and sold him. Both of them seem to have also faked the ID of that man and took away his original papers. Trying to figure the truth behind this, he followed a 43-year-old man who was driving a BMW and carried little children in the back of his car. And when they tried to get out, he shouted at them nervously. He followed the man's tracks from Veria to Athens, and from there to Loutraki in Peloponnesos. One of the children, he says, looked exactly like Alex. The witness contacted with a couple who knew his wife and mother-in-law, and they confirmed that they saw them in a car with Alex. In 2014, the show Fosto Tunnel revealed that in the village of Rapsomaniki, Matthias, found in a tomb the skeletal remains of a young person with no clothes. The same period, Alex's mother Natella found an anonymous comment on a site that wrote that her boy was buried in that spot. The investigation started again and revealed that the skeletal remains belong to a woman. The body of young Alex is still missing, and the case remains open. Whatever happened to Alex is still a mystery. This is one of those cases where the family of the victim don't have anything left behind from their loved one. They don't have anything even to bury, a grave to visit and to talk to. I just hope that maybe he's still out there alive, in a different country with a different family, but alive. And maybe one day his mother will find him and they can be together again. That's what I want to believe. And that's the end this story needs. My dear listeners, just like on my last case file video, I'm going to ask some questions about the case. What do you think that really happened? The 5 boys murdered him and dumped the body somewhere where no one could have found it. Was he kidnapped and transferred to Bulgaria? Do you think that he is still alive? Leave me your comments below and I'll read them in my next case file video. Until then, have a great day and stay safe. Thank you so much guys for commenting. Your thoughts and opinions are very important and they might give a fresh eye to the case if someone wants to start investigating it again. So let's start reading your comments. Why would they split up like that? Seems very suspicious to me. There's only two things that could have done this. It's either some scumbag freak or a hungry mountain lion. I hope Christina is found safe and soon, but it's a very odd set of circumstances, none of which sound good. If it had been an animal attack, I think somebody would have at least found some clothes or someone. A killer is possible but maybe unlikely, because most serial killers spend at least a few days watching their victims. I personally think she fell into some deep hole that might have been covered by plants, so it was hard to spot when searching. The fact that she didn't answer anyone suggests that she fell so hard she broke her neck or cracked her skull and died on a shortly after impact. She was most likely abducted. If an animal or a person killed her in the park, there would have been remains found unless she was dumped in a body of water. Hopefully, she's still alive. She went up a set of stairs, that's why nothing was ever found. I think she was most likely kidnapped, tortured, and murdered. Sad story, I would say, definitely kidnapped and murdered. I kinda like to believe Christina was a victim of a wildlife predator like a wild bear. The only thing that makes me dispute this is that Christina's body has not been found to this day, and therefore, and also for the reason I know another story of a boy being murdered nearby a camping site not far away from my place. I could go for an abduction too, and then her body has been disposed, buried, or burned in some way to never get found. I still hope she turns out to be okay, or she will be found nevertheless. Much love to her. So these were all of your comments. Thank you so much for commenting again, and I will see you all in my next case file video.